Man, yes, sir.
We here.
Back
with
do? Some unfamiliar faces.
Would you say familiar, unfamiliar faces?
Familiar and some unfamiliar. But hey, I like to make up my own words, bro. What's going on, y'all? What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
What's going on, man? What's good?
Man. Good. Feels good to be back.
Welcome back to the captain. I mean, I know it's been a long road, especially covering the Grizzlies and everything.
Yeah. Secret, man. I've been playing hooky on the folks lately. Been writing them jumps in the house.
My man, don't work on remote.
Hey, look, as long as the work is done, brother. As long as the work is done.
Exactly.
But man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm trying not to channel my inner Kendrick, whenever you call Sharky captain, because I'm the head of this ship now. You know what I'm saying? So it's big me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. But now, I would like just some we kind of started this convo off before the mics got on, and we really bad people for going at J. Cole, bad black men, because we're emphasizing that mental health is important. It is.
You see the shirt. Like I said,
clock out above it.
Yeah. Hold on, who you telling to clock out though?
Hey, you saw my post earlier this week when I said what J. Cole probably should have did.
He was talking about J. Cole. But yeah, you can get that shirt and a whole lot of other of our shirts with our classic slogans at lbrealmedia.com. Bingo.
Which is what
great advertising
right now in the comments.
There we go.
But man, we here. Metro dropped again, man. Both sides are incredible. We here, man. We gonna see what's about to happen in this maybe civil war, maybe not. Right, what's up, man? You quiet, bro. You quiet, bro. You always in the comments you quiet, bro.
Is it really a
different territory? You know what I'm saying? It's a little different right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the other side, so
it is what it is. But yeah, is it really a civil war though? Because it looks like it's everybody against Drake right now.
Against what? Drake versus Sarah.
Hey, you got Drake versus everybody right now.
Get that on the shirt.
Yeah, that sounds like a shirt.
Hey, we need to.
But
we can't get sued because we talk about the college.
Right. But going back to Tuke's first question, it's both, right, with J. Cole and that whole thing, because for a person who I completely understand, for a person who's Christian, who, the spirit, I understand completely something just weighing in on you, and it's like, man, you know what, I shouldn't did that. And we have I probably should wear that shirt. Information has changed. Evidently, information did change, right? So I understand that piece of it, but we also on the other end of it, I'm like, oh, bro, did you even have to drop in the first? It's kind of. I understand both ends of it. It's tough because it's like, man, I'm a Cole fan, and it's like, dang, bro, I thought this was pretty good. I thought it was a jab. It wasn't a knockout shot. I didn't think it was something to truly apologize on. I thought it was just, but if he felt like it was like, man, that's my dog, I should never did it. I understand it too. But as a fan, I'm also like, it's a little disappointed, but I understand.
Yeah, man. As a Cole fan as well. Go ahead, Ryan. My bad.
No, you're good, man. I was just gonna say, as a competitor, you would want the best of the best go against each other. I mean, it's no violence involved. Nobody's spinning on the ops or nothing like that kind of talk. You know what I'm saying? It's just my category versus your category. Whoever the better, rapper, it is what it is. Let the fans decide who the better rapper is. So when Cole kind of said what he said, I was like, all right, cool. Now we got something cooking, because now, he responded to Kendrick, because, a lot of people saying that, Kendrick said what he said and nobody responds. Now somebody finally actually responds to him. Then, we good now. And then he goes back and says, oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't did that. Now, that big, it's not a big three, it's just big me kind of hit hard, because it's like, it really is just him, what I'm saying, just talking his talk. So I'm disappointed, but I understand, as black men, you want to get to a situation where we don't want to have to, violence is never the answer. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, the competitive spirit in me, we like, man, like Cole, like, why would you do that? Like, what I'm saying? Just stand on your ground and do it. And then to go in there and do a song and go on Future and Metro's like second album and drop a verse, it's kind of like now you looking really bad. So that's just kind of what my thoughts about it.
All I'm gonna say is this right here, man. Stay woke, ladies and gentlemen. To what Sharky and Ryan said, they're 100% right. As a fan, you kind of want, the whole competitive nature to take its toll. Unfortunately, that ended up not being the case. I think honestly with Cole, I think the thought process got to him is like he's gonna have to, and it may not have mattered to us because we just wanted to see the competition happen. But in order for him to actually win per se, he was gonna have to lie pretty much. And deep down, he was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna lie on Kendrick because Kendrick's that dude." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm nice as well, but in order for me to actually win, I'm gonna have to lie on it." And the same thing probably would have went for Kendrick, but Kendrick don't give a damn. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. But I say stay woke, ladies and gentlemen, because J. Cole's last album is called The Fall Off. And he's doing quote unquote everything that constitutes falling off. So I think this is all the ploy. So when he finally drops The Fall Off, we're probably going to get the best that Cole has gotten. Is he going to come at some folks? Maybe, maybe not. That remains to be seen. But looks bad right now. But I think it'll all pay off in the end.
Whenever I just want people on the show, we definitely gonna get it started. But people on the show, whenever me and Trevor agree on something, 10 out of 10 times it's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna say, because everything you just said was literally the words that were gonna come out of my mouth. I wouldn't call it a lie, but when you don't tell the whole truth, it becomes a part of the lie. So his shit is called a fall off, right? And you gotta portray the image. If this is gonna be your last album, you gotta go out with a bang. You gotta go out with a narrative. And whether we look at, J. Cole as the greatest or not, we gonna know that this is his greatest body of work. And then Kendrick, your next album, if it's not up to par with The Fall Off and its imaging and the marketing, you know me, I see it all, bro. The marketing behind it, J. Cole can take this big ass L for him to get this big W at the end. Yep. So maybe it is chess checkers. Yeah.
That's checkers.
Kendrick and Drake, I'm gonna let y'all duke it out because y'all been going at it for 10 years. It's about time to go ahead and get one of y'all out of here. In the meantime, I got the fall off comment. I'm gonna continue to fall off. Everything's a rollout nowadays. Trevor, everything is an MCU, like you just said.
Yeah, like I said, the footage came because remember there was footage of him at a show where he was rapping one of his songs and he quote unquote forgot his lyrics.
That let me know everything I need to know.
They told me everything I need to know. I was like, oh yeah, this is all the show. Just everything has become the MCU nowadays, bro.
MCU.
Just like we talked about before the show, everything is the new MCU, but the MCU, which is crazy.
That's a great point, y'all just made. That's a great point because even saying me and Saint said on his show, it was like this is all a setup for something. Like this ain't like how Kitchen just came out the blue with this. Like, nah, these folks playing
chess, bro.
They playing with us, bro.
It's like with me when I call you fake working Sharky. Like I can do that shit. People outside don't know the relationship we got.
Remember. And maybe this is all the point also to get Drake up out of here because you see everybody is everybody is coming out taking shots at this man, and we have yet to hear from him or see a post from him. So,
man, we'll see. Let's do it. The people they all gonna be gone. I think Cole has no smoke.
To my point. Cole really because it was gonna get to a point where it was gonna get personal.
That's true.
And Cole was like, I'm not gonna lie on Kendrick or badmouth this man just because I'm trying to win a rap battle. So
and that's a really great point seeing here just made because it does get personal after a while. Like it wasn't personal yet. They could have got there because my whole thing is
very quick.
My whole thing like this ain't Jeezy and Gucci Mane. This ain't Dolphin Gotti. This is straight.
What? Sticks and stones.
To that point, it can't get to. It could get there.
You could have those where it like gets really really bad and it ends in violence, or you could have Pusha and Drake. Like that got personal because Drake dropped his wife's name. So when Pusha was like, "Oh, that's what we're doing." Okay.
But shit, the world got us watching, bro. Even sports podcasters like us talking about it. As long as I don't talk about this shit on First Take, we good. That's when everything gonna stop.
I love I love Stephen A, but no.
Happy Saturday. This y'all Saturday liveliness.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Welcome to Let's Be Real Sports Podcast, presented by Let's Be Real Media. Watch us live on YouTube and Twitter, and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at LBR_media. Also, subscribe to us on any podcasting platform.
What's going on? BLJ here, the best hype man in the NBA. Man, I'm here with Let's Be Real. Tune in. Hello.
Let's be real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back with another episode of Let's Be Real. I am the host, Tev Shakir. Man, we still here. We gonna use that keyword still. We still here, man. Give another episode. Trev, what's good, my brother?
Man, what's good, everybody? This your guy Trev, man, doing what he does best. I just want to say, man, WWE is the new MCU. If you ain't with it now, go on, hop in now while the train is hot. It's getting lit out here. Oh, and wrestling again is for black folks. I just want to let y'all the representation is alive and well, my brothers.
Cool. Of course, down below from Cold World to Cold Slaw, we got my man Ryan Harris. No longer in the comments.
No longer in the comments. He on the front lines now. Let's go.
Yeah, I decided to come on. You know how the pastor tell you to come on front if you knew, or you know what I'm saying? So I decided to just come on up front and, join y'all, man. So I appreciate the invite for sure.
Appreciate you joining the congregation, brother. And of course, we got my guy. I say he be fake working, but it's the off season now. So shit, if he don't pull up,
Marker check himself.
If he don't pull up, it's on him now. We got my guy P Sharky Perry Sharky. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Ain't nothing much, man. Doing good. Glad to pull it back up. Hey, it was, when I actually left, man, it was sad, but it was something that I had to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, glad to be back. Glad to pull back in some throughout as we come up on the off season. Glad to get this season over with. Can't wait for next season when I actually be around some winning.
Come on, maybe.
But
a little bit like how was the season though? Just working with Zane and then working with the writing and just real quick.
It was great. Honestly, I mean, of course, it's tough with how bad the season ended up being, but kind of, I got access that I never had before, like actually going in locker rooms and talking to the players and getting in some personal relationship with some players. It's pretty cool, and you actually see. And I started to look at it from different lenses this season because early in the season, I remember the Grizzlies had a back-to-back. They had a home game against Denver. Then they had to fly out to Washington. And they flew out that same night. I remember, we had an interview with Xavier Tillman. And he was like, all right, let's hurry up and get this over with so I can see my kids before we leave out. And it kind of hit them. It's like, wow, bro, this is really they like us. Pretty much
yeah.
We see them on TV, all this stuff. But it's it reminds you, bro, they got regular lives. And I thought about that when Tillman got traded. I thought about, man, it was time to trade him, but it was dang, I know he had a wife, he had 2 kids. That's a lot. He got to go to Boston now. It's dang, you think about all this stuff now. It's wow, you really start thinking this stuff through. But it's been great. The players have been great. I haven't had no bad. Everybody was cool. There was nobody. Sometimes you have assholes and stuff. No, none of the players are dead. Gigi Jackson I love him. The funniest. Desmond Bain, all about business. Mark Smart, all about business. Vince, funny. he really showing them words. He just apologized come out about John Morant. A few times I got to talk to him, great. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was fun on that aspect. Now the losing end, but we all know why that happened.
Second season, hopefully the best, brother. You know, we gonna take these growing pains and we're gonna keep working with them, bro. But good work. We appreciate what you're doing. You know, even still for us, you know, with the network. So, you know, I'm gonna still give you shit though.
Of course, it would be you.
It would be you, honestly.
Trev, you had something before we moved on?
No, we'll go ahead and move right on in. I thought it was gonna be a nice little segue into the flowers, you know, start us off. Like,
of course. Well, of course, we got to shout out to the whole network. Make sure y'all following LBR _media on everything but Threads, because Threads is swag. 3 the Hard Way coming at you. Of course, it's the play-ins. We're gonna talk more about that. I think either Monday or Tuesday. So make sure y'all check us out. Of course, we got my guy Ryan Harris with the Jump Pass Pod. Ryan, everything going on with the pod, bro? How's that going?
Everything's good, man. You know, the views are up. So, you know what I'm saying? As long as I stay available, the views keep going up. So
Absolutely.
working on guests now. So that'll be the next step, getting some guests out here to, you know, because, you know, people tired of hearing me talk. So I got to get somebody else to talk for me. So, but
I mean, you had a family, brother. You had a family.
Oh, yeah.
You on the train. I'm sorry, you on the LBR train.
The train.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The train.
Yeah.
But I'm working on a project right now where I'm just after the draft, where I evaluate all 32 teams, and then that's when I try to bring some guests on to kind of give their perspective and everything. So that's something I'm working on slowly but surely, but it's getting there.
Hey, big shout out to Mike, because he already got a recommendation for
Yeah,
I went on G with that wild takes on John. Shout out to Mike.
Hey, shout out to James,
network.
man.
Shout out to
Go check
James,
out the
too.
James report. I'm pretty sure he having his post WrestleMania takes coming soon, man. So be on the lookout for that with the James report.
And shout out to James too, because this month I think that's when his child is.
I believe,
it's this month. I think it's later this month. So yeah, it's any day now. He'll be a father. So
yeah,
shout out to James, man.
All right, y'all becoming family men and having kids and getting wives, and I got to deal with drizzle and this soft guy era on fucking TikTok, but that's neither here and there. Excuse my language. If y'all don't know what that is, check it out. It's the most funniest thing you ever watch on TikTok. I promise you. But either who, man, let's go right into flowers. Soft guy.
Man, that's
transition,
man.
Oh my God. You know, it's neither here nor there, but man, I got a few flowers, but y'all got flowers. Y'all go ahead. I need to shut that up right now.
Kick it off, man. You got it. Kick it off.
Okay. Where are my flowers? Of course, gotta give a flowers to Dump Truck. The song Dump Truck. Let's bring it back to the guys, because that's what we are, the real guy, real nigga era. Dump Truck, the song Dump Truck is going viral. I don't know if y'all seen it. People got to dance to it now. You know, they let it rock, and it's beautiful to see, because we'd all seen some of our favorite childhood songs, even college songs, become what it is now. So shout out to Dump Truck. Shout out to the Calvin Cambridge statue that we saw unveiled a couple days ago. I'm sorry, the Biggie Little statue.
Biggie Little.
It ain't the Iverson statue. Shout out to the Biggie Little statue that we had.
Those don't know.
That's tough, man.
For those who didn't catch that NBA Street reference, go play NBA Street Volume 2. Probably the greatest basketball.
You got a generation that don't know what NBA Street is, huh?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we old, man. We old.
We getting old.
And my last one, was speaking of which, go to X-Men 97. If y'all ain't rocking with X-Men 97, it's some of the best cartoon, maybe the best cartoon show out now. That last episode 5 specifically, probably one of the better episodes of anything I've ever seen in my life. So make sure y'all go check that out. Just had to make sure I get my flowers to those 3 as well. But shout out to Allen Iverson, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Allen Iverson, man. Hey, getting a statue period is already in it within itself. So I'm gonna give him his flowers there. But golly, man, like, who was in charge of putting together these statues? Because we already had the incident with Kobe and the spelling errors when they put up the statue for his 81-point game. Like, who was in charge of these? Like, it's not that hard to get the research and get the stuff down before y'all actually get to making the statue. That's what's getting me more so than anything.
But their statues are different anyway, because I think it's at the practice facility, and our statues are. They like lined up across there, so it's a little different anyway. So I don't know necessarily if it was disrespect to them or not because of how they did it.
I was about to say the irony of having the Allen Iverson statue in front of the practice facility. Wow, all these years.
I just wonder if they do. I wonder, do they have?
No, it is. I think it is in front of the practice.
Do they have any statues in front of the regular? Like, I've never been in Philly before.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So that might be the way they just do things.
But like, who would honestly and truthfully, I think who would you put out there? Like, given the Sixers history, if you were to put a statue out there, who would you put?
Dr. J.
I mean, how could you not put Iverson and Dr. J? Yeah,
Dr. J.
Sure. Probably Dr. J would probably be your best bet. So.
And they should have been done it though, if they were gonna do it though, in my opinion. Because if like my thing is, I'll ask who's making the decision on these. It's probably the budgeting company or the budgeting team.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah,
they probably don't have the budget for the statue. You know what I'm saying? So they had to do what's its best because that stadium. I heard they having some issues with their stadium making payments and stuff. So because they supposed to move in a few years.
Shit, move to Seattle then.
No, don't.
I'm saying let me chill on the Philly.
No,
people gonna be on my ass. I'm chilling. My bad, y'all.
We need Operation Exodus to become a reality, bro. We need Seattle and Vegas to get their own team so we can get Memphis to the Eastern Conference where they belong.
That's true. That is true.
Speaking.
Yeah,
that is very true. Y'all got any flowers?
I'll go. I know we're gonna talk about it in a second, but just women's basketball in general. I definitely can't leave out Dawn Staley going undefeated and getting her third chip. Also, I did want to give flowers to Caitlin Clark, and for only this reason is because normally when you have these great players, you start trying to tear them down. And I feel like that's what's been going on. It's like everybody been trying to nitpick at her game. Oh, she ain't gonna do this or this, and it's like just appreciate how great she was at the moment, right? Of course, it's true. I don't think Diana Taurasi said anything wrong. When she gets to WNBA, it's gonna be different, right? Obviously, it's gonna be a learning curve, obviously, but let's just appreciate the greatness she brought at the time, right? And of course, like I said with Dawn Staley, South Carolina, I know we're gonna talk about in a second, but going undefeated, third chip. She climbing that ladder. Got even people talking about her going to the NBA soon. So so shout out to her for that.
Sir, Trev, you got some flowers?
Actually, no, I don't. I was gonna actually go with women's basketball, but we'll get to it.
In just a sec.
Yep.
Are we gonna do the LBR P.o.P?
I mean, we can go into it just for a second. Yeah, just 1 second.
Because I was like, we didn't. I guess I got a flower.
We can do it for a second. Yeah, we can do it for a second. We do it for a second. Round, what's up?
So I was gonna say the same thing basically about women's basketball, just being better than the men's basketball tournament. Because it wasn't really other than NC State, wasn't a whole lot going on in the men's tournament, but the women's tournament was just highly competitive. I don't know if I feel like the pace of the game is quicker, and I don't know if it has something to do with the 10-minute quarters instead of the 20-minute halves. Yes. But I feel like
I've been begging for it.
But the pace of the game is just, you can see the difference between the men and the women. So shout out to the women's college basketball tournament.
No, it was that one game. It was Iowa and I think UConn or Iowa and LSU. They had more points in the first quarter than UConn and Illinois had at halftime.
At halftime, yeah. It's literally all you have to do is just change it to 4 10-minute quarters. Let them go at it. The pace will be much better because with that long 20-minute half, you got the under 15 timeout, you got the under 12 timeout. Then you got the under 5-minute timeout. Then you got the timeouts that they call in between all of that, and it just ruins the pace every single go round.
And don't let the game be close with all the instant replays and stuff.
So I was you remember me and Skylar went to the NCAA tournament here, right? We left the Houston Texas A&M game early because I was like, bro, tell me why I left the game like the 4-minute mark. I lived 30 minutes from the Feds Forum. I got home right as Texas A&M tied the game, bro. 4 minutes of game time. I always Feds Forum home in 30 minutes.
This ain't flowers no more. We already talking about the NCAA tournament. We just say right at this point.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, let's get right on to it, man. Also, hold on, real quick, Trevor, real quick. The NBA WNBA draft is Monday. So of course we talked about a bunch of players, but make sure y'all check them out. Make sure y'all see what y'all favorite players for the year is going. Definitely.
I'm excited to see where Angel Reese is going to end up, and probably a few others. Like Caitlin Clark, she's going to be in Indiana. That's if she's not the number one pick, I don't know what is going on with folks. So be on the lookout for her being in Indiana. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, speaking of, we got SC versus CC, man. Let's go ahead and get into our thoughts of last week's championships round. You already said that the women's was better, which I 1,000% agree with, because I 1,000% did not watch the UCONN-Purdue game.
I watched maybe 10 minutes of that game, and then I switched to WWE Raw after Mania because the Rock was doing his whole spiel. So yeah, sorry NCAA, I gotta make changes.
real quick, but SC, CC, let's give our thoughts about it. We can go with Shark, and then go around Trev, and then come back around to you, Ron.
Oh yeah, really good game. Iowa started out hot, right? But we all knew South Carolina would make the run. It definitely showed you the best player versus best team. South Carolina, top to bottom, had the deepest team. Iowa, out of the beginning of the game, like Caitlin Clark's teammates got going a little bit, and then she scored like 13 straight. But then after that, South Carolina just they settled in, and they proved why they was the best team. So it was a great game. I guess they ended up winning by double digits, but it was a competitive game for the most part. It's like, because I think South Carolina was up by like 11. Then Iowa made a run and got within 4 with like a couple minutes left. Then South Carolina sitting it out and finished them out. So yeah, just really good game, great atmosphere. That 2:30 time slot on the Sunday afternoon is perfect. And it was last year with LSU. Iowa, like perfect. But it was just a really good game. Back-to-back championship appearances for Iowa and Caitlin Clark. She came up short both times. South Carolina got their revenge on her because she put South Carolina out last year in the Final Four. And nobody remember, Iowa famously played the zone and basically said South Carolina beat us from 3. South Carolina had no shooters and couldn't shoot. Dawn Staley went and recruited a bunch of shooters because she lost, I think, 6 players from her team the year before. And she recruited a bunch of – she got shooters this year. And Iowa used the same game plan this year. So, like I said, really good game, fun atmosphere. And that's about all I got left.
Big shout out to Raven Jackson. Definitely, I think Mike mentioned it earlier when we was talking about Flowers, because for her taking the assignment to guard Caitlin Clark and actually doing a pretty decent job, stepping up to the plate and actually playing huge for South Carolina down the stretch. Doesn't reflect on the box score, but if you watch that game, you saw the impact that she had on making sure South Carolina came out with the W. To Sharky's point, Iowa actually beat South Carolina in the Final Four last year because South Carolina didn't have any shooters. Dawn Staley, being the great coach that she is, went out, got some shooters, and you saw the difference there. But definitely was best player versus best team. South Carolina had pretty much been dominating, as it's shown, because they finished the season perfect the entire season. But just an overall great game overall, and hopefully this is the start of something great, with not just with women's college basketball, but hopefully with the WNBA as well.
Pretty much what everybody else is saying. I watched the game in its entirety. It was a great game. I felt like, to me, and I tweeted this too, I said that South Carolina, the biggest difference from last year than this year was they got shooters, because they always had the bigs, they always had rebounding, they was always great defensively, but they couldn't shoot. And Iowa exposed them last year with the zone and everything. And this time they did the zone, they were knocking down shots. And then the crazy part about it is it wasn't really the upperclassmen, it was the freshmen. So they're going to be around. They're going to be around for, the next 2 or 3 years, and they're going to be a great impact. To me, just Dawn Staley doing what she's doing, making adjustments, knowing like, okay, I need to recruit some shooters because I might have to see Caitlin Clark again. And it came to fruition. She saw and she made the adjustments. And also, too, shout out to South Carolina's defense, because Caitlin Clark, I think she had like 18 in the first quarter or something like that. And then she got contained like the next 3 quarters.
The rest of the way,
and the rest of the team, like our teammates, they've been the biggest difference to them winning because they making shots based off of Caitlin's passing, and all the defense is kind of shifting her way. But they didn't really make enough shots to kind of offset South Carolina's barrage of 3-point shots. So that was really the biggest difference of that game.
I think the biggest difference was definitely that, but I think one thing that made like a huge difference was coaching. Like you can just tell that Dawn Staley was ready. Like I said, she went and found the weaknesses and recruited. And they knew they was going to get this opportunity again. And they looked like, even though Iowa got within like 4 or 5, whatever it was, they took off and said, all right, let's go. It's go time. And again, they looked like they were miles ahead, way ahead of what Iowa could do. But you still want to salute to Caitlin Clark and what all she's been able to do this season, not only this season, but for just women's college basketball, period. We're all going to be watching her when she go against our favorite WNBA teams and versus Indiana. So, but one thing I definitely want to bring back to y'all is, like I said, coaching was the major difference. And I got to pull it up real quick because we're going to take this conversation elsewhere. Dawn Staley has led South Carolina. She started coaching South Carolina in 2008. She got her first 2014. They were number 1. That's when they became number 1 for the first time. And since then, she's been killing it. Again, she's led South Carolina to 8 SEC regular season championships, 8 SEC tournament championships, 8 Sweet 16s, 5 Final Fours, and 3 championships. And of course, was the first coach to go undefeated and win. So I ask y'all, gentlemen, has she done enough to become the GOAT coach? Because if you think about some of the best coaches in women's basketball history, we do got to talk about Pat Summitt, rest in peace. I hope she is. Thank you for everything she's done. And then you also got to talk about, I think, Gino Auriemma and UConn.
Yep.
So those are 2 that just come right off the mind. So, again, we do got to ask, has she done enough for her to be called the greatest coach of all time? Because she's still climbing.
She still got Gino. To me, Gino. She got to catch him. I ain't gonna say she needs 11, but she on her way. And she's up upper echelon. Even Kim Mulkey, I can't think got 4 or 5.
4, yeah,
4. He got 3 at Baylor and 1 at LSU. So, and not saying she need to get 4 to catch her, but she's definitely up there. But Gino Auriemma, 11. I don't know how many more Final Four. He just was in the Final Four this year.
He just was in the Final Four this year, and probably will be here next year.
Yeah,
we'll
you had to call.
So,
I mean,
there's a strong case for. I think if you did a quote unquote Mount Rushmore of women's coaches, so she's definitely on there. I think it'll be her, Pat, Gino, and probably Kim Mulkey. I may be missing some few, and it may be Vivian Stringer. I think she's another one that's pretty good as well. So
Mike just posted. Mike just said in the comment, Stanford.
Oh yeah, Yeah. Okay, yeah, from Stanford. Yeah, that's right. That's my bad there. But strong case can be made for her. I think she's still climbing. She still has a lot more to accomplish. And I think this is just the beginning because I think Mike mentioned it. 2 more All-Americans coming in next year. So the train is gonna keep rolling for her at South Carolina.
Yeah, pretty much. She don't need to necessarily get 11. I mean, we call him Jordan the GOAT, and he only got 6 compared to like someone like Bill Russell who got 11. So we don't have to measure GOATs by rings. But I would say that right now, I would say she's like 3rd or 4th ranking. Right, I got Gino and Pat Summitt ahead of her right now, but I mean, she's on the right track to at least get to maybe 6, 7, perhaps. I would say, as Mike just mentioned, they're getting better players. They're losing players and then they're getting better players. She lost Aaliyah Boston and then she got what's her name, Cardoso. So she's on her way. So I feel like, to me, she's 3rd in my ranking of GOAT female coaches, just ahead of just behind Gino and Pat Summitt.
Yeah, but she's on her way. That's what's up, gentlemen. Definitely have to ask that. Shout out to you, Trev, for that question for sure.
Yeah. One more question. We got one more question just before we move on. It was
actually. Oh yeah. Bring that up.
From C-Hen.
Oh yeah, bring that up. Do you think the momentum from the women's college basketball carries over to the WNBA? I'll take a stab at this first. I do believe so. It has no choice to, especially when you're the WNBA. You've been asking for the ball for the last better part of 5-10 years. And now you actually, in my opinion, I think you do got the ball in your court. So what are you going to do with it? You're going to go ahead and get one of the more starred players, a few stars coming in this draft alone, coming from college alone. Like I said, then college basketball ain't no but going up. So WNBA, you going to let college basketball, women's college basketball outdo you, is what I'm saying. And marketability and competition and having fun and just basketball. Y'all been asking for the ball again. What y'all going to do with it?
Yep, definitely. It's already starting. Kaden Clark, 36. They already got it. Indiana Fever, 36 of their 40 games will be on national TV.
There we go.
And they know one pick.
Smart move.
And she's going to play with Leah Boston. And they are, even the Phoenix Mercury, they did the GOAT versus the Ricky.
That's what we want to see.
I love it. So, yeah, it's
100%, man. I think this momentum is going to carry over. And I think we're going to get a little diversity with star power all across the WNBA. Hopefully they get a chance to expand and get some more teams, so that way with this influx of stars that's about to be coming in already, hopefully it'll lead to expansion. And I think it is.
Yeah, and I want to add to that too. It's got to be a market standpoint, right? You know, you got to market your best players. I mean, the NBA does a great job. Other sports do a great job. The WNBA got to do a better job of marketing their best players and also marketing the marquee matchups. Like, I shouldn't have to be at work on a Monday at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning watching a WNBA game. So if I'm barely watching the WNBA game at 10, 11 o'clock, then that means someone that's a fan of the sport is probably not watching it. So you're losing viewership by doing it. Mm-hmm. So the WNBA needs to do a better job in marketing. And I mean, this is the best time to do it because this is the most hyped player in their sport since they, begin the WNBA. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at how they're going to market the players that are coming into this league. So hopefully they do a better job in marketing their players.
They haven't had this type of two-man tandem since Parker and Teresa came out of college.
Yeah,
they got to use this with Angel Reese and Kayla Clark. They got to use this image, and that's just a superstar. You still got Cameron Brink. You still got a bunch of like talent coming to your league. So again, how are you going to market them on your court? But speaking of best tandem, or not even a tandem. The other side of the basketball court, we did have two guys that's rejected to go top 10, top 20. And they probably going to be on their second team on their second contract. Real quick, UConn versus Purdue. I didn't watch it, so I have no say. Y'all believe Clinigan?
I barely watched it. UConn to what I've been saying has looked like the best team in the nation all season. It was inevitable at this point that they were going to repeat. Clinigan versus Edey was a good feel-good moment, I guess, to my point that I'm saying that the big man is coming back to basketball. But it's really not much to say here. I mean, UConn did what they were supposed to do. They're well coached. They got great players. They repeated as national champs. And the way the men's game's looking, they're probably looking to potentially three-peat. Unless somebody else comes along the lines and changes things.
Yeah, UConn. Dan Hurley, he's going up there as one of those top coaches. They are blue. If nobody thought they was a blue blood, they are blue blood. What's that, 6 championships in 25 years? Or, if I got
Who
the right,
said
5 or 6.
It wasn't. Like, there's literally
a
whole documentary on the Big East that involves UConn and all the other blue bloods that were part of that.
It's some people that's gonna keep it just with to knock UCLA off the jump for one. UCLA ain't no blue blood no more. They won all the championships back in the right. But yeah, definitely. If anybody didn't think so, they did. And as I was actually about to get to what Mike said, Tennessee tried this game plan against them in the Elite 8. They tried to guard Edey 1-on-1, but their guards beat Purdue's guards.
Yeah.
And Edey and the refs, of course. But in this game, UConn played 1-on-1. Edie could do his thing, but nobody else did anything. I think Purdue averaged 7 made threes per game, and they only attempted 7 threes, if I'm not mistaken, or something along those lines in the championship game. Like UConn was on. That defense was tenacious. So UConn, best team, double-digit wins, 2 straight tournaments, all games. So 12 straight NCAA tournament games, double-digit wins.
Double-digit wins.
That's amazing. That's greatness.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I was like, they're not just beating teams; they dominating teams. And I guess that's part of the reason why I made that point about the women's tournament being so much more interesting or better than the men's tournament, because you got one team just bum rushing the competition. So it's, I didn't watch too much of that game. I kind of knew that UConn was going to win, just simply because I feel like UConn was winning basically their last 3 games the same way. They kind of were just sleepwalking through the first half, kind of making the opponent feel like they were in the game. Or, it may be a situation where UConn was not even playing that well, but they were up 4. Or they didn't play well, or they were tied up at halftime. And then the second half, they just turn it up. And then all of a sudden, you look up, it's a 15-point lead, and this game pretty much is over. So shout out to UConn. I feel like UConn is just, I think, to Shark said, they definitely are blue blood. Get UCLA out of there. They haven't won a title probably since I was in elementary school, maybe. All their titles came from the Jim Crow era.
95.
So
95.
95, exactly.
Yeah, 95 was the last time they won a national championship.
Yeah, I think that was what they had, like the O'Bannon twins, if I'm not mistaken. But all their rings came from the Jim Crow era. So we got to get them out of there, man.
And also, what you just mentioned, Ryan, about UConn dominating, that was the problem with the women's game until now. Yep. UConn women won like 4 straight, and even Gino was just winning. They were just blowing everybody out like UConn men just did. So now the women's game has got a little more tailored around where you have different champions every year. That's where probably I just saw C. ask a question about the men. It's just really the plethora of the teams just need to be better coached, in my opinion. I don't think it's lack of talent. I think it's coaching. Dan Hurley is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Coach.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's an amazing coach. It's not like talent. We see that when you first did Memphis. He ain't talented.
Yeah.
Y'all done talking about these 2 dudes. That's gonna be off their second team. I hate second contract.
We didn't even talk about them. We didn't even mention them that much.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Well, the people around them, I guess. Way to dodge that bullet, gentlemen. Way to dodge that bullet. But no, we have talked a lot about coaching real quick, and of course, we can't go any further without Calipari or acknowledging Calipari changing his colors. Of course, he's getting a contract worth $7 million, $8 million a season. I think a 5-year contract at Arkansas. Fellas, how do we feel about that?
Cool.
Yeah.
It's more funny looking at Kentucky's replacement. So Calipari did this. We want to know up out of here. All right, I got you. You got what you asked for. Mark Pope.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm not gonna even lie.
And shout out to Calipari for going ahead and dipping out. I understand he still gonna get paid regardless, right? He ain't get paid to pay out, but he still his contract $7 million a year. He can pay. He got it. He got it. Right. And Arkansas is a good program. He gonna be fine.
I think this is kind of a changing of the guard, man. Arkansas over the past couple of years has been really, really good under Eric Musselman. They just hadn't been able to get over the hump in the NCAA tournament. But one thing Calipari is going to do, he is definitely going to get talent at Arkansas, and they're probably going to be a force to be reckoned with. But I will say this, though, and I kind of got to give Calipari his flowers for this because I did my little research or whatever. Part of the reason of the fallout at Kentucky was because one of the women who was a Kentucky alum was running for governor out there. And she was trying to basically use I can't pronounce his last name, but Oscar, I always forget the Ucibe, yeah. Trying to basically use him to help garner votes to become governor, so much so that they ended up in a relationship, and Coach Cal decided to break that apart, looking out for Oscar, and that's kind of where the fallout with Calipari in Kentucky kind of started. And just for the record, she didn't actually win the race to become governor. So that's that on that too. So I kind of got to give Calipari his flowers there for if anything, he's definitely gonna look out for his players. He's definitely a players coach
there. I like the move for Cal. You know what I'm saying? Because Arkansas is like the expectations is definitely lower than Kentucky. Like Kentucky basketball, that's it, because they ain't got no major sports out there in Kentucky, right? So Kentucky basketball, that's their basically their NBA team for that, for that period of time. And for Arkansas, it's low expectations. Arkansas is more known for their football than they do in their basketball. They had a little period, in the 90s, during that era. But I feel like this is a good move for Cal. I think to y'all point, to Trevor's point, Shark's point, he's going to bring out great players. He's a great recruiter. Coaching, of course, is a bit spotty at times, but he's going to bring out players and he's going to help them and develop them to the next level. And that's every time that I hear former Kentucky players like a Devin Booker or DeMarcus Cousins or John Wall, they all say how much Coach Cal prepared them for the next level. So, I mean, Arkansas is going to be lit. It's going to look like the 90s again, with them being in the top 5, top 10, and playing in a tough SEC conference.
Shout out to the SEC becoming a powerhouse in basketball now, as well as football, where it's always been.
Shit, they got all that money. They ain't got no choice. Damn, diversify. That's what you call diversification. I know, man. Shout out to Calipari. Salute. But real quick, has he ever played Memphis since he left? He always punked out, huh? So is he gonna punk out still?
I honestly think he, as far as a non-conference schedule, I think there is a possibility he could put Memphis on the schedule.
But if he hasn't already, Trev, and one of our slogans is,
I mean, of course he wouldn't do it in Kentucky, but I think with Arkansas,
it's a little different. It's a little different.
We just talked about Kentucky being considered the quote unquote blue blood.
Blue blood, yeah, you're right.
With Arkansas now, that's not primarily a basketball school that actually has some momentum because of what they've done previously. That's a scenario that can benefit both parties, actually. So I could. It's a possibility. There's, again, it's one reason why I put the question on there, because it is actually a little bit more possible now than it was when he was at Kentucky.
And it's an old school rivalry. They have a history. Memphis and Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like Memphis and Kentucky.
Keep that right there real quick. Not to cut you off, but keep that right there, because we talked about the rivalries, and the same thing happened with Rick Barnes and I think the coach before then, where they will be Memphis coaching and their recruit, UT Knox coaching, will be recruiting the same players. So therefore, they didn't want them going against each other. It was something crappy, some bullshit that they were saying in the media. And I think that Calipari could drink from that same boat.
He could, but Rick Barnes said it felt like it was something else personal with Penny. But I mean, either or, we're just saying I think it's an opportunity, but I can very well see that case too with Calipari.
Yeah,
I know Ryan here.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think he will, simply because if memory serves me correctly, when he was the coach of Memphis, then he was the one that stopped the Memphis and Arkansas series.
I believe so.
Probably so.
He was that.
Yeah, coaching late 90s. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
That was him.
For that reason alone, I don't think he would start it back up.
Point. Yep.
Damn. Yep. Different perspective. Rob, we gotta have you more outside the comments, man. Like, come on, man. What you doing?
It sucks though, because
definitely.
It just reminds you that, and me and Sam been saying it lately. Memphis is a mid-major. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Just embrace it. We playing UAB is our rival, man.
Wait, when is
Tulane is our rival? So it is what it is.
Man,
wait.
What's up, Trevor?
I mean, because they did just play. I mean, obviously Memphis played Arkansas last year, so that was the tournament. That was the tournament.
Not Maui. Bahamas.
I know what y'all talking about.
It was in the Bahamas, I believe.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you gotta chill, dog. You talking about Memphis rivalry as their fans?
It was battle for Atlantis. Yeah, so you're right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Memphis rivalry is their fans.
Yeah.
Oh, we hate Memphis fans. We hate Tiger fans.
Right.
We hate Grizzly fans.
We do.
Showboat fans.
Don't talk about showboats. We can all keep them.
Yeah, we can keep it moving.
They pissed me off last week. We good. Hey, Brad, you know what's so funny? We talked all the trash about Tigers football, and they the best team in the city right now.
Football wise, I guess.
They had the best season last year. They had the best season out of everybody.
Hey, on that right there. Big shout out Ryan Simperfield getting his extension though.
You're right.
Big shout out.
Shout out to him, man. God damn it. Oh man. Let's regroup, y'all. Let's regroup here. Word from our sponsor, SeatGeek.
SeatGeek is the ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets. When you use our code LBR Media, you will get $20 off your first SeatGeek order. SeatGeek scores each ticket selection 0 to 10 to let you know if you're getting a good deal or a bad deal. Click the link in the description to download the app, and remember our code LBR Media for $20 off your first order. SeatGeek, your route to high quality ticket selection.
Yes, sir. And it is our time of the show. One of our favorite segments, LBR P.o.P, our player of the pod. Real quick, we can go and give recognition to a player or players that we feel like they've had a good week. Since the last time we recorded, Sharky, you definitely had one, so you can go ahead and take a stab at it.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier when I talked about the Grizzlies and getting in the locker room, how much I love G.G. Jackson. G.G. Jackson, man, that game last night, and really everybody outside those 13 players, I can give it to him. Jacob Raven has been doing something lately, but G.G. specifically, not only for the basketball court, but off the court, had his, he's a pastor's son. I don't know a lot of people actually knew that he's a pastor's son. He's been talking about it. Said he has an album dropping this summer, R&B type of album. So be on the lookout for it. He
was made to be in Memphis.
He's
so
fun to talk to. He's so fun to talk to, bro. He gonna have something every single time. Even when he's like frustrated. The first time he played the Lakers, we asked him about LeBron. He was like, man, he was out there, man, effing us up, man, outside there. I don't care. But then after that, he started asking questions in a funny way. So it was like, bro. He acts his age, bro. He's 19, bro. He truly acts it, bro. I love it though. But his church came to visit South Carolina. Yeah, I guess they did some type of meet. They came to go to a Grizzlies game to see him. They out there, I guess they did like a midweek service, rented out somebody's church, and he plays drums. He grew up playing drums at his church, so he's out there, got back on the drums over there doing a church service. So the video is out. Drew Hill wrote the article for Daily Memphian. So fun times, man. But GG this week, getting on the drums, seeing him throw down in the church house. Also seeing him bust the Lakers up last night. And I almost pulled off the upset. Scottie Pippen Jr., get hurt potentially. So yeah, really, really good, man. Really good week for GG Jackson.
Man, look, let me tell y'all the blessing that the Grizzlies have right now with GG Jackson, because if that man did not choose to reclassify, I think it's safe to say this man would have probably been the top pick in this year's NBA draft. So the fact that he is already in Memphis doing what he does for the Grizzlies right now, man, is just nothing short of great, man. So shout out to GG Jackson on that one. I'll take a stab at mine real quick and give a shout out to Tyrese Maxey of the Philadelphia 76ers, who has been on the absolute tear pretty much all season. But this week, I believe he had a 40-point game this one game, and then had another 50-pointer just a couple days later. Philly's got it clicking right now since they've gotten Joel Embiid back. They're currently on the 7-game winning streak. Not too far back from, actually, they're tied. They're only 2 games out of 4th. Well, actually, no, let me scratch. There's only 1 game left. So they got a chance at possibly finishing 5th in the conference. So we'll see how things play out there. But a big shout out to Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah, for my POP is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson just been holding it down for New York, man. I mean, with all the injuries to their key players like Julius Randle, OG just came back. I mean, been killing it. Like the last 6 games, scoring at least 35 points. 3 of those 6 games, he got 11 plus assists. I mean, he's just been keeping the Knicks afloat, and they're a team. I mean, as bad as the Eastern Conference is outside of Boston. I mean, who's to say New York can be in the Eastern Conference Finals right now? Playing against the Boston Celtics is impossible. So Jalen Brunson, to me, not getting enough love as far as like MVP votes because everybody's talking about Shea and Luka Doncic and Jokic and everybody else. But Brunson deserves some MVP love for sure. He's been dominating the last week or two.
I like that. I definitely like that. Mine will go to a player who's had 30 points 4 times out of the last 5 games. Again, 4 times out of the last 5 games. I've pretty much paused, no diddy, no homo, whatever the kid's saying. I'm begging on my knees for this player to come to the Memphis Grizzlies. That player is DeMar DeRozan. Again, we ask and sit here and, the Bulls are in the play-in, and of course we're going to talk about them in a bit. But they're in the play-in. Nobody's still expected them to be, and DeMar DeRozan is a part of that. Again, 30 points. Out of the last 5 games he's had at the last 4. Definitely want to give him. And of course, Shane, I see you with the Drummond to Memphis. If we're gonna get Drummond, we can get DeRozan too. Just want to throw that out there. I've been asking for that the last year, but it's neither here and there. It's neither here and there. All minds clear. We good?
Yeah, let's get to these comments. Mike wants to shout out Juju Watkins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
The ball's in her court now. Like she gonna be the next Caitlin Clark.
Juju next up. Real talk.
She next. Gigi don't be coming here singing like Victor Oladipo. Now Oladipo trying to sound like Gigi, but that's what you don't know. He in Memphis. So you talked about Kentucky. So speaking on Kentucky and power players on this episode. How y'all feel about Kentucky's 1996 team being the greatest modern college basketball team ever? I'm not sure. I don't know who was on that team. Please enlighten me.
I will do the honors.
I know Tubby Smith coached him.
Tubby was the coach. I know that.
I was 4 years old, so I didn't watch.
Yeah.
Was it Antoine Walker on that team? Maybe what? Ron Burton?
So the pros on that team were Derek Anderson, Tony Delk, Walter McCarthy, Ron Mercer, Nazi Muhammad, Mark Pope, who's now the coach at Kentucky, Jeff Shepard, Wayne Turner, and what Ryan just mentioned, Antoine Walker. So yeah.
Oh, did they win the championship?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, they won it in '96.
Yeah,
96.
I met Tony Delk.
They say Rick Pitino coached them.
Yeah, 96. I think that was
96.
Yeah, it's a. I'm looking at it right now.
Which one? Because Tubby Smith won a championship with Kentucky too in the 90s.
Yeah,
like 99 maybe.
Tubby Smith. I should know that one.
He won one with them. I remember because it was random.
It was 98. It was actually
98. Okay, so they won.
Yeah,
so Arizona won 99, right?
Right.
Okay, so I keep the years missed up. Then UConn won 99. Arizona won 2000.
Arizona won the 2000, 99, 2000.
2000 was
Arizona won. Who won 97 then?
I think that was Arizona.
Arizona won 96. UConn won in 99. Yeah, that's what I'm getting mixed up.
UConn was in 99. 2000 was Michigan State, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That was like the first year I started watching about 2000. So that's the first one I saw.
That's I don't know. I mean, y'all like I said, y'all answered it. I ain't got no
I guess Trevor. Trevor? Do you have an answer?
Yeah.
Man.
Like I said, they had this, and I do those. And they won the ship.
Nazi was on there, but he didn't really get a whole lot of time. He didn't really get time to like the 98 chip with Tubby. So I mean,
I remember
if you want to talk about like the best collection of NBA players on one college team, you have to make a point. It's a strong case because I can't think of anyone else. Potentially, maybe
North Carolina,
UNLV.
North Carolina had 4 players.
North Carolina.
They had Ty Lawson. They had 2 of them. Ty Lawson team and Rashad McCann's team.
The Raymond Felton and Rashad McCann squad. Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about? The Gators. The Florida Gators won back to back. Yeah. Back to back championship.
They ain't had that many NBA players on one squad. They only had 3.
Okay.
I think what Mike is talking about is for is like
top
selection of NBA players all on one team.
That was my head in there. Because even though it's North Carolina teams, it was top heavy. It was like they started 5 and the 6 man.
It was the starting 5 and then that was it.
Maybe Kentucky Anthony Davis team, but I think that was top heavy too.
Yeah, it was like 80. It was like 80 MKG.
Gilchrist and Teague, Marcus Teague.
Yeah.
And Marcus Teague, yeah. Okay. That's a good question. That's a real good question.
That's good.
One second. I'm gonna actually Google. Most NBA players on a college team. I don't know if that's gonna give us an answer, but I have to research that. That's a good one. That's something I actually like to see. So 9 NBA players on the team. That's something I actually like try to research myself, just in my basketball nerdisms. All right. So let's go into playing time.
Let play in.
Let play in. So let me see what we got. Unless Trev, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. So as of right now, this could potentially change because we still have 1 game left. But as of right now, if y'all want to start out east to get it over with. So right now in the play-in, we have the 76ers as the 7th seed, Sheedy's Miami Heat as the 8th, and then Chicago and Atlanta sitting at 9 and 10. They're pretty much locked in at 9 and 10. So who gets a chance to pull off the upset, and who is going to be set up to get slaughtered by the Boston Celtics?
So you said who's Indiana at 7?
No,
right,
Philly's at 7, Miami's at 8, and then Chicago, Atlanta are locked at 9 and 10.
I know it's like a 3-way tie, but I didn't know who had the tiebreaker. Because it was Orlando, Philly, and Indiana all had the same record. So Philly 7.
Yeah, they do as of right now.
It does feel like something off of Miami this year. I guess we all thought that last year too. But Sheedy last year said he expected Miami to make a run. This year, I saw him on the recent episode. 3 Hardaway said something off. So I'm gonna roll with him. Miami might miss. It's hard to miss playoffs altogether. They definitely losing to Philly. Philly gonna be 7. They better hope they get to play Indiana or Orlando if they want a chance at 7. All right. Atlanta, I think Atlanta. If Trae Young doesn't return, I trust Atlanta more right now, led by Dejounte Murray. I believe that'd be Chicago, but I don't believe that'd be Miami to get 8. So Miami will take the L to Boston this year.
All right.
Yeah, I think Chicago just there by default. I mean, let's just be real on that. But Atlanta, I agree with Shargus. I like this team better with Murray, not Trae Young on the team, as opposed to both of them being on the team. And I feel like Atlanta could very well beat Chicago. I mean, I definitely think they'll beat Chicago. But then also, I think they'll sneak in and beat the 8 seed. I think the Heat, something's wrong with the Heat. I'm not sure what it is. Of course, we said the same thing last year, and then they end up going to the finals. But this is a little bit different. I don't know if it's the chemistry off, something going on behind the scenes, coaching, getting into it with the players. I don't know. But I feel like Atlanta is going to be the 8 seed, and the 7 seed will be Philadelphia.
I'm gonna stick to still my Heat. God damn it, the Heat beating the Bucks. Of course, I do trust Sheedy's word when it do come to, and your word, Shark, when it come to y'all Heat. But at the same time, I do feel like they see blood in the water when they see Giannis not playing the last few games of the season. They see blood in the water when still with Dame in the lineup, they're defensively one of the worst in the league. So I think this is when they play with like some kind of sense of urgency, because I think it's, again, more so. I've watched a couple of Heat games. They're off, but I think it's more so on Jimmy than anybody else, because like, and you know, your guy Jimmy's your favorite player, Sharky. I've seen too much, lack of a sense of urgency when it comes to scoring from Jimmy. The last few games, I think he picks it up tomorrow when they play. And I think, like I said, he wants the Bucks. He knows that I want to see him go against the Bucks, and you know I'm just sticking to there and hope that happens.
He got a tough task against Philly. I say I think
Embiid ain't looking like he the healthiest too, so Bam could.
No, folks ain't lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're picking, I see where you're going. So you're expecting either Orlando or Indiana to possibly.
Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah, if they fall to 7.
I nothing against Miami. I think again we say this every year about them. They're primed to make a run, but I just for that 7 spot, I can't see them beating Philly.
Still for that 7 spot, no, I can see them beating Philadelphia. I mean, they haven't lost true.
They could.
But if you watch the last Philly game, like Embiid is on damn near crunches.
Man,
and then you finna get physical with him too.
I see it. I just mentioned it when I gave the P.o.P to Tyrese Maxey. They on a 7-game winning streak. They rolling right now.
Well, here's the thing that's off of Miami. I think it's and you remember I said this when they made trade for Dane. I was like, it's put up a showtime for Tyler Hero.
True.
He's been hurt. He just got back from injury again. And it's like now they trying to put him back in. They Terry Rozier left out, so it's like they still ain't got that chemistry set in stone with that core yet because Tyler Hero and Terry Rozier haven't really played together. They are both kind of one of the two have been hurt. So it's kind of that's what I'm saying. That's what's off about it. I feel like the chemistry last year they still had the chemistry. Everybody was kind of your set group. That's what's different this year.
Yeah, they're trying to get it together, and we're in April. So
yeah,
we were right at the last game of the season. But yeah, for me, man, based on the schedules I'm looking at between Orlando, Indy, and Philly.
Because they all got one game left, right?
Yeah, everybody play tomorrow.
Everybody plays tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow at the same time. Who's the?
They said
let the WNBA schedule that.
They said it also folks don't try rest based on this team. I want to play this team, so I'm gonna rest these people out.
Okay, my bad, Adam Silver. You know what you're doing. My bad. That's messed up. I like it. Okay, so I just have
so basically. Assuming everything stays the same, because I think Orlando, Indiana, and Philly have reasonable games. Because Orlando's got the Bucks. The Bucks are going to be resting everybody. Indy is
the Bucks don't have the 2 seed yet.
No, they don't.
Oh, they sure don't.
Because they tied with they just looked it up. They tied with New York.
You're absolutely right. They should not have the 2 seed locked up. Okay.
And shout out to
so it's a possibility there. So, but. I'm just gonna go based on how the standings look, man. I think Philly gets 7, and I think Atlanta gets 8. I know. Well, actually, no.
I like it.
I actually will take it back. I want to go Atlanta, but Trae Young just got back, and they're gonna try to work him back in the lineup. And I do think that Atlanta is better off without Trae Young with DeJounte Murray at the helm. Miami gets the 8 seed. Because I can't see a scenario with the Heat not in the playoffs. So even if they had to play Chicago, I think Miami could beat Chicago in a 1 game do or die to get to the playoffs. So give me Philly and Miami, to have those last 2 spots. All right, now that we got that one over with, let's shift our focus to the more interesting play-in. So as it currently sits right now, the play right now is Phoenix at 7, which could potentially change. LA is at 8, Sacramento is at 9, and Golden State's at 10. So those last 3 spots are pretty much locked up as of right now. So whoever wants to start, who's getting the 7 and 8 spot?
Ooh, we got Phoenix, got KD versus LeBron. It could change because New Orleans play the Lakers tomorrow. So a lot could change because Phoenix could jump up 6 or the Lakers could fall down. They lose New Orleans back into the 9-10 spot. But based on where it's currently at, 7-8, if it stays how it is. After watching Lakers against the Grizzlies, it's hard to trust them. It's hard to trust Phoenix too. Let me come back to the game. Golden State beating Sacramento. So let's get Golden State right there to the Nets.
Right. Let's go ahead and say that. Yeah. Let's
I don't trust now one of the teams. But I had to choose one. AD LeBron versus KD and Devin Booker. Dog.
Kevin Durant. That's
I'm gonna give it to them because they're at home. That's the only reason. I'm gonna give it to Phoenix to get 7, and that sets up Lakers versus Golden State. Which the opposite would be cool too. KD versus Golden State have been fun too. I'm gonna say the Lakers. I'm gonna just give it to the home teams. Give me Phoenix and Lakers 7-8. Especially since Denver Nuggets lost to San Antonio yesterday, so they're going board both of them. They ain't slick.
Yeah, Denver. I see what you're doing, Denver. You is not slick. I see what you're doing. Sheesh. That Lakers Pelicans game is really that is going to determine a lot. Sheesh. Man, this is a tough one, man.
Hey, this is a great play in.
Wow, West.
Oh man, this is okay. I'm gonna get the obvious out the way. Sacramento's been beat up all year, and I think them losing Malik Monk is really gonna show. So Golden State takes care of business there.
And Kevin Huerter.
Oh yeah, Kevin Huerter's been out too. Yeah, so
they lost out. They got no shooting guard.
Yeah, so give me Golden State to win that game. Sheesh, I don't even know who's gonna be. Because Phoenix has the Timberwolves, and between OKC and Minnesota, they're still trying to fight for that 1 seed. I think Denver at this point has pretty much said we good where we at right here.
But they probably gonna win because they play Memphis, so they gonna win by default.
They probably win. Yeah, they probably win that game as well. So man, I'm gonna roll with Sharky here, man. I think Phoenix ends up at 7. I think they get the 7 spot, which sets up Golden State and the Lakers once again for that last spot. I think that's what eventually happens. And I think the Lakers will eventually get 8. So give me Phoenix and the Lakers to get those last 2 spots.
Where's Denver sitting at right now? They third?
They're third right now. Them, Minnesota, and OKC, they're all tied for 1.
But yeah.
The reason why I asked that because does Phoenix really want the 6 seed? Does they really want to be 6? Because they get 6.
They got the Nuggets in the first round.
Yeah, they got the Nuggets, which would be that would be a great matchup. But I don't think they want to see Denver there early in the playoffs.
But Ryan, that's the great thing about everybody playing at the same time tomorrow. You don't know.
You don't know.
Exactly. Because Minnesota, because Phoenix played Minnesota because you don't really want to play in the play-in at all because you're 1 game from being out or 2 games from being out, right? It's like it's tough because everybody playing at the same time tomorrow, so you literally don't know if Denver jumps up to 2. But I guess Phoenix do play Minnesota to your point, so they kind of control it a little bit. Where they could just go and lose,
and that's what I'm saying. And Minnesota probably wants to try for that 1 seed, so that's still up in there.
They do kind of control it to that point.
Based off of that, I think Phoenix is going to be 7 just because they don't the possibility of matching up with Denver in the first round.
Yeah.
So I'll say getting out the way though, yes, I agree with everybody here. The Warriors smoking the Kings. Unfortunately, the Kings with all their injuries to their guards, it's kind of just derailed their season. But I'm going to say, man, this kind of tough. I'm going to say the Lakers get the 7 seed. They end up getting the 7 seed. And I'm going to say
KD versus Golden State.
KD versus Golden State.
It's fun either way, bro. This whole thing is fun.
I want the narrative.
Good luck to you.
The Tear Shakir Classic. Let's get it.
Good luck to you too.
The Tear Shakir Classic. That's gonna be lovely if that happens.
As much noise as Golden State been talking about in regards to like Draymond Green saying the stuff he said about KD and how we won with him and we won more without him and all that type of stuff. I think this is like a KD low-key revenge tour. Give me Phoenix over Golden State, so Phoenix get the 8 seed. So I'm gonna say Lakers 7, Phoenix 8.
And the 1 and 2 seeds going down the first round.
Yeah, 1 and 2 seeds. Like I said it was gonna happen. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. Because me and you was right here was talking about Denver. Like we know what Denver's doing. They trying to get the 3rd slot to see whoever gonna be in 6. I'm telling y'all, them top 2 seeds are in trouble. I'm telling you.
I don't want to answer this at all. Because on one side, it's like I want to follow what my head is thinking. But on the other side, in my soft guy era jizzle drills, I want to follow what my heart is feeling. No, man. And one thing that Trevor has been just hounding me with is that dynasty's end ugly. Now, I'm not saying that my Warriors dynasty is about to end, because as a fan of the Warriors that I've been on a bandwagon as of the better part of 10 years, I don't want to see it. So of course I got the Warriors and Kings. Warriors gonna beat the Kings. And if you look at the Warriors, I got numbers to back up what I'm saying too. They're in the last 10, they're 8-2. So if you want to talk about a team that's founded their stride at the right time, and out of those 8 wins, the Lakers was one of them. And I don't care what people saying, that embarrassment from last night against the Grizzlies and our G League team, it kind of showed that if you get hot on the right night, you can beat the Lakers. So that's on my head. I'm in my heart, but in my head, it's like, we got commandments on this podcast for a reason. If somebody shows you who they are, you believe them. The Warriors' biggest issue of the past 10 years has been LeBron James. We cannot beat him outside of not having Kevin Durant, of course. So again, I don't know which one I would choose in that. Again, if I got to pick gun to the head, of course, I got the Suns in that 7th spot. I do have the Suns in the 7. I don't see them losing. KD finally put up 25 points last night. It's go time for him. It's go time for the Suns. Let's go Suns. Of course, I want to go to a playoff game, I heard. So that's why I'm going to rock with them regardless.
Go to the play-in. Go to the play-in.
Who knows? Who may see me, especially if it's against the Warriors and I'm 100% wrong. Cool. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers, cool. But still, like Warriors, Lakers, it's about time. And if the Warriors don't beat LeBron now, not sure again if they ever will, which they still haven't. So I'm gonna go out swinging with the Warriors if it is the Warriors versus Lakers for the last time. And I know I'm not putting no money on it. Don't ask me to put no money on this shit. But as a bandwagon Warriors fan that I am, I'm going down with this. We got Samurai. Samurai? Perfect timing, because I'm going down swinging, my boy. I'm going down chopping. I'm going down cutting. I'm getting as many people as I can. I'm going Warriors against Lakers, and I got the Warriors beating the Lakers. For the AC.
So you got Phoenix and the Warriors getting in the last 2 spots. Okay,
I do.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, don't be saying it like that.
I'm just saying it's possible. I mean, it's possible. I mean, this is gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great play-in. I know that much for sure.
I know. Gotta mess around. Oh man. So you want to cry ugly when the Warriors lose? I ain't gonna cry ugly, man. You know, I'm gonna just thug tears, bro. Thug tears, bro. Thug tears. You drop a tear, you move on.
Dynasties ain't ugly, because what's gonna happen is the Warriors don't make the playoffs. That's gonna be one thing. Clay's gonna leave in free agency, gonna sign somewhere for some money to go somewhere that can actually help him. Houston. Yeah, I heard it on 3 the Hard Way. So it's about to get ugly out there in Golden State, man. It's about to get ugly.
Hey, I want to say shout out to Twitter, man. We got 56 people, 54 from Twitter, other 56 checking in. And of course, Mike, shout out to Mike and Samurai Nation. I saw C-Hen came in earlier. Of course,
shout out my guy, Brian at Samurai Nation. I'll be running with it 2K. So yeah, shout out to our guys, Fat Boy Fadeaway as well. Was good. Just everybody who joined us in the comments. So, but yeah,
yes, sir. And y'all got anything else on Who's, because we're gonna end with a bang.
Let's end it with a bang. We good.
So of course this is a sports podcast, but I'm a DJ. We're gonna talk music. And if you're unfamiliar with what's going on, we still got Metro dropping, and of course Metro Boomin now has not only the #1 album, but the #2 album on Apple Music, Billboard, all that. So still, round of applause. That's the first time I believe somebody's been able to do that. But it's a 2-sider on the Future album. There's the R&B side. The first song Side with the Weeknd, which is Petty, and I love it. But the second song is him his Future in an interview with Charlamagne the God. And Charlamagne the God goes, "This ain't no big 3. This a Fantastic 4." So I am going to end this by asking you, gentlemen, on a start, bench, cut. We're going to talk J. Cole. We're going to talk Kendrick. We're going to talk Drake. And we have Future in this thing. I didn't prepare these gentlemen for this. We're getting real reactions right here. Again, we ended this with a bang. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. We're going to turn it up just a little notch. Y'all put in the comments right now between Future, Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, who we start, bench, and I guess we cut into it.
We cut two.
We cut two. We cut two. Come on, let's end with a bang, man. Who want to start?
Right.
I ain't starting.
This my personal lineup, so don't this is my personal. I tell you, I'm a Cole fan, so that's who started. Benching, Kendrick Lamar, cutting, Drake and Future.
Really?
That's my favorites in those order. Yep.
I echo those sentiments. Start Cole, bench Kendrick, cut Drake and Future.
I'm in reverse. I'm gonna start Kendrick. I'm a bench J. Cole. I think, yeah, I'm gonna bench J. Cole, and then I'm gonna cut Future and Drake as well.
My man said, "Don't even sign Drake."
Well, he's the biggest out of the four, so it's like money wise.
He is. I think, like I said, we have
it's all fandom talking with us, man.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against him. I mean, I mess with some of Drake's music, but if it's my choice, I'm choosing Kendrick and Cole over him. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
So
now, maybe like teenage me probably would chose Drake, but the grown version in my 30s now, yeah. My music taste has changed.
I asked that because, and I'm going to answer. I got to answer my own question. But I see it on the other side, still as a DJ, right? So Kendrick, of course, I'm starting Kendrick. I ain't Kendrick. But when you talk about Future, y'all, when we think about the days where we turned all the way up, it wasn't even about banger, Sharky. He controlled the culture, especially like the 10 years. He's controlled the culture for 10 years. March Madness is still that banger. And then he coming out with stuff with Metro, and it's like he still got stuff with Drake. It's like, because I'm the least fan of Future is what I'm trying to say. I'm the least fan of Future, but I can't cut him.
But are we talking from a music category standpoint, though? Are we talking about just straight like who's the better lyricist?
It's all subjective. It's all subjective. It's all subjective because when you talk lyricists, of course, like we cut Future for sure. Like, and of course, that's probably what y'all thought about for sure. But when you talk about still with me, it's like culture, impact, me playing their songs, me playing their records, and seeing what it do to these people. J. Cole ain't got no Future records. Drake had to get with Future in a way to make Future records, and Kendrick ain't got no Future records. So it's like Future, it is in a lane of its own. So we still want to acknowledge that. So that's why it's still kind of hard for me. Like, even like I said, out of all four of them, I'm the least fan of Future, but I know what he's done for the culture. Therefore, it's kind of hard for me to cut Future. So
how you ask the question, you having the hardest time with it?
Yeah.
Because
I was like, how you the least fan of Future out of the four of us? But have
because like it's something I wanted like to honestly get y'all opinion on it first. Like, and I didn't want to think about it until I asked on the spot. Got to be straight up, because this is something, like I said, something I've thought about the last couple of days, and I can literally stop myself from thinking about something until I ask it to y'all. Like, that's what I do. And then, like, for me to just go ahead and go at it. So, of course, it's kind of crazy for me to have a crazy opinion. But, like, Cole, you still got to consider what Cole has done over the last week or so to hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? You still got to consider what Drake's albums, his decline has been over the last few years. And I said on this podcast, we do got to talk about how Drake is making music for the masses and not to his age group, which is men like us. When you talk about Kendrick and who the music I consume, Kendrick is still number one for me. And then Drake, I mean, with Future, with him dropping now, it's like, this is what we get with him. Yeah. So, again, I'm starring Kendrick, benching Future, and unfortunately cutting Drake and Cole because they done pissed me off the last pretty much month. Oh, man, that was funny.
We can end it right there, man. That's good.
We can definitely end it right there. I tell you we're gonna end with some heat, man. Just a little bit, have a little fun. Let me bring this up. Man, appreciate everybody. 57 of y'all for rocking with us, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Again, make sure y'all like, comment, do what y'all supposed to. I'm not going to beg, but I'm going to ask nicely, pretty please. Make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all, again, rock with us, LBR_media on all social media platforms outside of Threads, because why are you on there? Again, 3 the Harder Way. We talking all hoops. You like what you heard with Hoops Talk. Make sure you rock with us. I believe we report either Monday or Tuesday. We'll let y'all know. Make sure you following us on their G's Report. Everything happening with wrestling. Trev, you said wrestling is back, black, which means wrestling is back. See what I did there? Wrestling is back, so make sure y'all checking in with the G's Report. With everything, LBR Gaming with Trevor, of course, everything he has going on at Simply Trevor on there. We, of course, our comments may have gone down just a little bit this episode, but it's only because the guy Ryan Harris decided to pull up. So make sure y'all check out the Jump Pass podcast. Yes, sir. And again, shout out to our sponsors at SeatGeek. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I am the host at Tab Shakira. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, fellas.
All right, man. I'm at the Auto Trevor of as a preposition, so you know what not to do with it. For Let's Be Real Gaming, I got a lot of footage I'm sitting on. Still got the footage of me and Took getting this dub in the wreck, so that's gonna be coming real soon. So I got a bunch of stuff coming for Let's Be Real Gaming. Of course, I'm still in the works for this wrestling podcast with as the next part of LBR media. So stay tuned, man. We moving.
Yes, sir. Ryan, what you got, dog?
Man, first of all, you can follow me at Ryan Harris 662. You can follow the Jump Pass at the Jump Pass TN. Draft season is coming, so we're about less than 2 weeks away for draft season. So, I'm gonna be talking about the quarterbacks. Why I think that Caleb Williams is getting too much hate. I'm also gonna be talking about why JJ McCarthy is getting too much love. So, so be on the lookout for that future episode.
Love to hear it. And definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing who you call this.
I want to hear this because I sure been hearing this JJ McCarthy love. I'm like, bro, where's all this love coming from him? Like, I watched that game against Penn State where they told him not to throw another pass. I watched the national championship where he really didn't beat Washington. It was more so of like Quorum. So yeah, I'm ready for that one. I'm ready for that one.
And I may be foreshadowing a little bit. I'm definitely looking forward to the wide receiver episode you're doing. I may be foreshadowing.
Yes, I will be doing a wide receiver.
Cool. That's definitely what I'm looking forward to because apparently this is one of the better classes, so I'll be tapped in with that. And of course, last and certainly not least, unless he's still fake working, because the NBA season's over. The grid season ain't got shit else going on, so we should have him pulling back up. But no, my guy P. Shark, man, appreciate you having us, man. Hey, man. Man, the captain OG P Shark, man, we love you, brother. We definitely rooting for you, everything you got going on. Appreciate you for pulling up today, my brother.
Yeah, definitely, man. Of course, y'all know, follow me on Twitter, DAONE_P Shark. Things that I got going. Of course, I'm on Anthony Sane show every week on Bluff City Media. It comes out on Wednesdays. We record on Tuesdays, so I always get the days mixed up. But comes out every Wednesday. Still be on there throughout the summer. I pull it back up on y'all a little bit throughout the summer. Probably pull up on a couple podcasts. See if I get on Jump Pass, for time. See, talk some football and everything. As well. Well, I have been fake working behind the scenes. Got the shirt on. Clock out for me. Got merch. LB Real Media. .com. Got the merch up, man. Clock out for me. Information has changed. Some of our favorite quotes that we've said throughout the LBR network. So definitely, man, go over there and get you some merch. Let me know what you think about the store. Let me know if prices are too high or things like that. I work with you, so yeah. Exactly. Like I just with us. Appreciate y'all tuning in for sure. Last time I was up here, I had braces. I ain't got my braces no more.
Yeah.
Hey.
Come on, smiling. Big smile.
Baby got the veneers.
Big smile. Oh, man. Looking good, my man. Looking good, my man. Without further ado, if y'all ain't got nothing else, as the pastor say, all minds are clear. Let's go ahead and get on out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Until next time. Y'all be easy.
Peace.